RHONJ's Jennifer Aydin called spoiled entitled brat after ranting about elderly employee. New Year, same old Jennifer Aydin, who's starting 2025 on a sour note, getting dragged for acting spoiled and entitled. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star is fielding backlash on social media after ranting about an elderly woman online. Jennifer visited a sandwich shop in New Jersey and was so upset with the service she decided to air them out. She posted a slew of videos, one showing an elderly woman behind the counter, along with posts showing other employees. She also turned the video on herself and continued to complain, claiming the workers were rude and slow, and at one point trashing another customer. However, the mom of five isn't getting much sympathy online, as many are calling the wealthy Bravo housewife a brat over her behavior. RHONJ star Jennifer Aydin trashes elderly woman in a social media rant. The RHONJ star put the establishment Jersey Mike's on blast after visiting one of their locations. Jennifer claimed the service was slow and the employees were rude, but that's not all. In one Instagram story, she showed an elderly woman writing, "Forget that this lady was slow, but the rudest at Jersey Mike they all were." In another story, she showed a second female employee, adding, "And this one, so rude," claiming the woman made someone else's order, even though she was first in line. However, it wasn't just the workers that the RHONJ star had an issue with. After placing her order, Jennifer tried to add something else, but was told to ask the customer behind her if he would allow it since it was his turn to place his order. However, the man said no, and that garnered another rant. "He's ridiculous," wrote Jennifer. "Trying to flex that he's a law professor, my husband, is a surgeon, dude." Jennifer is called a spoiled entitled brat for her behavior. If the RHONJ star was hoping for sympathy, she'll have to look somewhere else because social media is calling out her cringe behavior again. Jennifer out here thinking she's some A-list celebrity. She's not even a top-tier housewife, and she's acting like this. "It's super cringy," wrote an ex-user. Picking on an 80-years-old airport employee who's working New Year's Day. "This is a new level of a asterisk hole," wrote a commenter. "She's really got her head up her asterisk. Spoiled, entitled brat with no self-awareness," added someone else. An ex-user said, "Horrible Karen behavior. Everyone's tired, exhausted, overworked, wants a quick bite, and instead ruins everyone's experience and day. Truly horrible and immature." Jennifer Aydin, the flamboyant and unapologetic star of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, found herself at the center of yet another social media maelstrom. Known for her sharp tongue and lavish lifestyle, Jennifer has always been a polarizing figure, but this time, her comments about an elderly employee during an on-screen rant left fans and fellow cast members divided, and for many outraged. It all started at an extravagant dinner party hosted by Dolores Catania. The table was a kaleidoscope of crystal, fine china, and flowers arranged so elaborately they looked like they belonged in a royal wedding. As the housewives sipped their signature cocktails and traded barbs, Jennifer launched into a tirade about one of her household staff members, a longtime employee named Mrs. Carmela. "She's been with us forever," Jennifer said, swirling her wine glass dramatically. "But lately she's been so slow. Like, hello. If I ask for the organic eucalyptus hand towels, I want them now, not when she feels like it. She's always mumbling about her arthritis or something. It's not my fault she's old." Gasps echoed around the table. Dolores froze mid-bite, Teresa Giudice's eyebrows shot up, and Melissa Gorga's lips curved into a smirk, the kind that said, "Oh, this is going to be good." But it was Margaret Josephs who broke the silence. "Jennifer, do you hear yourself?" Margaret asked, her tone equal parts disbelief and disdain. "That woman's been taking care of your family for years, and you're dismissing her like she's replaceable." Jennifer waved her manicured hand dismissively. "Oh, please, Margaret. Don't act like you've never had a complaint about your staff. It's not personal." The tension was palpable as Dolores tried to steer the conversation back to safer ground, but the damage was done. Social media exploded the next morning when a clip of the rant made its way online. Fans were quick to voice their opinions, many labeling Jennifer as a spoiled, entitled brat who had no respect for the elderly. "Does Jennifer even realize how privileged she sounds?" One Twitter user wrote. "Mrs. Carmela is probably breaking her back to keep up with that circus of a household." Another chimed in, "Jennifer Aydin complaining about an older woman's arthritis is peak rich people nonsense. Try doing your own chores for a day and see how you feel." Despite the backlash, Jennifer doubled down during an Instagram live session that evening. Draped in a silk robe with her hair in loose waves, she addressed her critics while sipping a matcha latte from a crystal mug. "Look, I'm not going to apologize for having standards," she said, her tone defiant. "I've worked hard to create a beautiful home for my family, and I expect the people I hire to meet those standards. If Mrs. Carmela can't keep up, maybe it's time for her to retire and enjoy her golden years. I'm doing her a favor, really." The comment section was a battlefield. Some diehard fans rushed to her defense, claiming her words were taken out of context or that she was just being real. Others were less forgiving, calling her out for her lack of empathy and tone-deaf response. Back in New Jersey, the fallout was causing ripples among the cast. Teresa, ever the peacemaker when it suited her, decided to host a mediation lunch at her sprawling estate. Jennifer arrived dressed to the nines in a designer jumpsuit, her confidence unshaken despite the mounting criticism. Margaret, on the other hand, came armed with pointed questions and a simmering sense of righteous indignation. "Jennifer," Margaret began as soon as they sat down, "I've been thinking about what you said, and I just can't wrap my head around how you could be so dismissive of someone who's been loyal to your family for years." Jennifer's eyes narrowed. "Loyalty goes both ways, Margaret. If Mrs. Carmela isn't meeting my needs, am I just supposed to suffer in silence?" Dolores sighed deeply. "It's not about suffering, Jennifer. It's about recognizing that people aren't machines. They age. They have limitations. Maybe show a little gratitude for everything she's done for you." For a moment, Jennifer looked like she might concede the point. Her expression softened, and she toyed with a diamond bracelet on her wrist. But then she straightened her back and lifted her chin. "You all love to gang up on me," she said, her voice tinged with indignation. "Maybe I could have worded things differently, but I'm not going to sit here and let you make me the villain. My life is stressful too, you know. Keeping up with this lifestyle isn't easy." The other women exchanged incredulous glances, and Margaret let out a bitter laugh. "Oh yes, Jennifer, your life is so hard. Must be exhausting ordering people around all day." The lunch ended in a stalemate, with Jennifer storming out and the others left shaking their heads. But behind the scenes, the incident prompted a rare moment of reflection for Jennifer. Later that week, she surprised Mrs. Carmela with a heartfelt gesture, a retirement party complete with a generous severance package, and an offer to stay in touch as part of the family. "I realized I may have been a little harsh," Jennifer admitted during a confessional. "Mrs. Carmela deserved to be celebrated, not criticized. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning." While some fans were willing to forgive and move on, others remained skeptical, questioning whether the gesture was genuine or a calculated PR move. Either way, the saga cemented Jennifer's reputation as one of Ariheonj's most controversial figures, a role she seemed to wear with pride. "Love me or hate me," Jennifer declared in a later episode, "at least I'm unforgettable."